Yesterday, the Director of Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission, PLO Lumumba, made a very scandalous statement alleging that my husband and I attempted to bribe him to stop alleged investigation on a company associated with my husband. He alleged that he conducted a sting operation to stall what he reportedly called a wider scheme to blackmail him and the commission. I would like to make it clear to him and to the public that I have sworn an affidavit in response to those allegations. I have given the facts as they are regarding the communication we had with PLO. The truth is that PLO's allegations seem to react to his own conduct that was not only unprofessional, but in contravention of the law. The school which I went to and where I schooled approached me through the principal, and they told me that they had a prize giving and they needed a chief guest at the prize giving, and that the students had proposed to have either PLO Lumumba as the chief guest or Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I advised her to do the request officially and then hand them over to me, and I would forward them to the said individuals by way of a forwarding letter. I got the 2 letters from the principal of Kieni Girls, and I wrote 2 letters, one to PLO Lumumba, the other one to Honorable Millie Odhiambo. I did that on a Thursday, and on Tuesday, PLO Lumumba called my office through his secretary to confirm that he was indeed available to attend this function. The same day, Honorable Millie Odhiambo met with me in Parliament, confirmed she had gotten the letter, but she thought she was not available, and I told her, you need not to worry because, PLO has confirmed. And I want to confirm here that Honorable Millie Odhiambo has stated to me that she's ready to go in public, and confirmed that she received a letter to that effect, and she has promised that she's going to retrieve that letter and make it available for me to show to public. The Harambee was held on 6th August 2011. I was unable to join, to go for the Harambee, but my husband did attend and made a contribution of Kenya shillings 100,000 by way of a check. Why wasn't my husband arrested at the time he presented the cash in PLO's office? Why did PLO release the check back to him if he was all along aware of a wider scheme to undermine him and his officers? Sometimes back, my husband had learned that the investigations on his company had been completed and the file referred to DPP. It was for this reason that I texted PLO to seek for an appointment so that we could know the substance and charges, if any, that my husband would face. This was neither sinister nor illegal, as every person is entitled to be informed about charges likely to be preferred against them. In any event, we wouldn't seek to influence PLO on a file which we since knew was already with DPP. I even sent him a text message yesterday. I told him I had very high regard for you, but I did not think that you can lie with a straight face. But I told him, you know what, God is with me. I'll get out of this stronger. I have a copy of the check that was given to PLO Lumumba, signed by my husband and his business partner, a check that he returned upon receiving cash in return. I also have with me a copy of the card that invited me and my husband to the function in Bondo. He said yesterday that we followed him there. He invited us. It is written in his own handwriting, Dennis and Cicely. This is a copy, original, for him to attend a fundraising ceremony to be held on Saturday, 6th of August 2011 from 9:30 to 12 noon in Usegu, Bondo, at the site of Lucy Onono Memorial Polytechnic. I have copies of 2 photos that were taken on that day, where my husband Dennis appears. This is a photo of PLO receiving the check from my husband. They are both smiling. Doesn't look like a man bribing another in public. Doesn't even look like a man under investigation by the man receiving the check. That's the photo. I have another one that they stood together after he gave out the check, and he was showering my husband with praises, who he was and how he had supported them on that day. If the intention was to bribe, is PLO worth 100,000 shillings? A man who earns well over 1.5 million can be bribed with 100,000 shillings? Am I, Cecily Mbarire, at my age, with 8 years experience, naive enough to go into a man, director of anti-corruption office, to bribe him with 100,000 shillings? It's insulting even to PLO himself. It's insulting to me. And even if the intention was to do that, would I go to his own office to bribe him? An office I know has CCTV cameras. Probably he would record our conversation. Would I do that? Am I that daft and naive and irresponsible? That's a question I want to ask Patrick Lumumba. And he said we were tipped that there was a setup for us. I want to tell him who tipped me. I'm a very prayerful woman. I will never sleep without praying. For some reason, God must have tipped me, because after staying a whole night watching over my sick daughter, I overslept. So by the time I was waking up, it was time for me to be at Casa. And when I called to tell him I have a sick daughter, can we meet later? When I sent the text, he insists we go at 8:30, but I think it was simply God protecting me from the acts of an evil, malicious man. It was God who tipped me, and I thank him for that, because he probably was planning to put handcuffs on me in front of all you cameras so that I look a corrupt leader. It's unfortunate, very unfortunate, especially coming from a person of high standing like PLO Lumumba. I rest my case.